Learning to light your subjects in the studio is essential, but you don't need a model to do it. In fact, working without a model can actually be a little bit more effective when you're just starting out. So let's have a little look at how you can explore and master studio lighting using mannequins and wig heads and things like that. It's ideal for beginners who want to build their confidence and their skills before stepping into a live shoot with a model. So why practice without a model? Well, there's no pressure. You can take your time. You can tweak your lighting setups. You don't have to worry about somebody sitting around getting bored or whatever. So you can practice to your heart's content and you don't have to worry about anybody else. There are no distractions. You're focusing purely on how the light is interacting and behaving with your subject. You don't have to pose them, you don't have to interact with them, so there's no distractions. It's flexible practice, really, if you think about it, because you're not having to rely on somebody else. You can shoot at any time you want. So you can shoot, day, night, morning, whatever. You don't have to coordinate with somebody else. So it really can be far less stressful. It also gives you creative freedom. Test, experiment, and learn without any pressure or expectations. You're probably never going to put these shots online, so you don't have to worry about whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. So what do you need? You're going to need your camera, obviously. If you've got an on-screen display, that can help you, but you don't necessarily need it. You will need something to shoot. So if you've got a dress mannequin, this is brilliant. But if you don't have a dress mannequin, you can even practice with your dog. I've done that loads too. You can get these wig heads offline really, really cheap and easy, and you can put props, hats, glasses, all sorts of things on here to practice. They're really good as well. You will need a light. So whether you go for something like this is the Neewer Q6 strobe, you could use Godox AD200s, whatever you've got. If you want to use constant light, you can use constant light because what you see is what you get. And constant light, like the video light that I'm currently working with at the moment, is brilliant for learning how your light interacts. What you see is what you get. Using a strobe, it's a little different. You've got to feel your way through it, but it is awesome to be able to have a light. Whether you've got one light, 2 light, 3 light. I recommend starting with 1 light just to keep it super simple to start with, but it's a good place to start. If you don't have studio lights, if you don't have constant lights, get yourself a desk lamp or an office lamp, something like that. They can be found really, really cheap as well. You can get one of those and learn how your light interacts with your subject, whether it is a head like this, your dog, or whether you've got a dress mannequin. It's all fantastic. On top of that, you're going to need a backdrop. Now, I've got a grey seamless backdrop here at the moment, but it could be a white sheet, a white wall. It doesn't even have to be white. If you've got a blue wall or a grey wall or a pink wall, you can still learn how your light interacts. The other thing that you're going to need is some props. So especially if you're using a mannequin like this, some hats, scarves, beanies, sunglasses, anything to interact with. It's really good to learn how different textures and different surfaces interact with your light as well, especially if you're working with glasses. That's always something that can be a bit tricky. Something else you may want to work with is some light modifiers. So on my Neewer Q6 at the moment, I've just got a basic reflector, but generally I would be using an umbrella or a softbox, but you can use those 5-in-1 diffuser reflector things as well if that's all you've got. If all you've got is the bare basics, that's what you use. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Q6, and I've got my video light on just at the moment because once I turn it off, you're not going to be able to see the light. But I've got it angled slightly down at about a 45-degree angle from my subject. So you can see my mannequin in the background there. I'm at about a 45-degree angle. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying a bare bulb, and I'm going to play with shadows, textures, and things like that. So if I turn my video light off, you can see how that has made a difference. Now, if I zoom into that, I'm picking up there is quite a bit of mess and marks on my mannequin, and that's fine. I'm picking up all of those textures. If I was to change this and put a softbox or an umbrella on it, it would soften that light dramatically. So now I have put my light to the back. So if I turn my video light back on, and you can see I have got it behind my model or my mannequin, and I am playing with backlighting or rim lighting, which has made for quite a dramatic change in the photo. So I have put my little mannequin head on a stool, and I've put a hat on it. And I'm still just using my modeling light off my Q6, which you can see there. So if I turn the studio light off, you can see where it is making dramatic difference to my shot. So I'm playing with using the textures of the hat, the reflective surfaces of the satin on the hat, the netting, things like that. Playing around with your light and moving it from whether you've got angled down, you could angle it up, you can shoot down. So swapping it around, moving it around, and I'm still just bare bulb. I haven't even put a single light modifier on it as yet. So using dramatic lighting like this with, the hat or the veil or whatever is great for practicing with single directional light. If you wanted to play with high key, you could put a white sheet up and you can put a softbox on your light and you could play with that. Practice lighting glass, fabric, different textures. A wine glass is awesome. Sequin fabric, lace, veils like this. It's really good to train your eye to look for specular highlights and how you can get around it. Power settings, well, that's up to you. I am playing around with a couple of different settings. I'm going to take some photos and I'll put them up and I'll share the settings that I took with those. But essentially, it's just a matter of playing around with what you've got. So that is with my hat head. So I've got my light on my 45-degree angle down. I then put just a small diffuser between my light and my subject, and you can see the dramatic difference it has done there, softening off the shadows. I then put my light behind my subject, so it was backlighting or rim lighting. And again, I put a diffuser on it so that it softened it off dramatically. This was backlighting my mannequin, so you can see the light in my shot there. And this is the small diffuser that I was using, so you can sort of see the difference it's made to the light on the shoulder. It has softened that off completely. And this is with my light at the front, and that's with a soft diffuser as well. Then I tilted my camera on the side and I was playing around and I put my hat on my dress mannequin and I was just playing around with some sort of cool shots there. And I had a difference between front lighting, rim lighting, and I also had the light straight on as well. So final thoughts on this is play with what you've got, practice. Write down what different light settings did what. Keep a light journal. And it doesn't have to be just for portraits. If you're doing other things as well, then still life or product photography, whatever, practice, play, learn. Write down what worked, what didn't. Take note of any surprises. Did anything unexpected happen while you were doing it? good or bad, write it all down. So the more time you spend playing around with light, whether it's natural or artificial, whether it's using a head like this or a mannequin, or even your dog, although they won't give you as much time and attention as something like this will. It's a great way for you to learn and to grow. If you really want to dive deeper into lighting, check out my online class, which is Capturing Light. It's perfect for beginners. It is aimed at still life, but it is all about learning light, whether it's constant light, natural lights, speed lights, ring lights, LED lights, studio strobes. Just about anything and everything is covered in that class. Hey, and if you tried any of these, tell me how you went. What were your findings? Let me know. I'd love to know. So that's it for today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, maybe even subscribe. It does mean the world to me and my channel. And that's about it. So it's bye from me and it's bye from her. See ya.